My cousin was literally drawing furries, and I was so inspired that I joined DeviantArt and started drawing furries with her. Oh my god, what is this video? What is this fucking video? I know I'm on a tilt. I know that. I've been anticipating filming this video all day because I was just like, I have to do this. I can't not do it for any reason. Not because I think I look bad, not because I think, I don't know, people are gonna be looking at me weird because I'm talking at my camera. I literally set my camera up on the side of my car somewhere in this random freaking apartment complex on the water because I'm trying to manifest. Do you like my shirt? Oh my god, please excuse my ADHD. It's gonna be happening several times throughout this video because I'm a little nervous, and I'm gonna get nervous as I get used to this whole YouTube thing. But if you read the title, this video is gonna be about why I'm a loner and why I don't really care anymore. If you don't know me, for people who are new, which is probably everyone who's watching this video because I don't post on here like that, but I'm 23 years old. My name is Isis, and yeah, I'm a loner. I don't really know what else to say right now with everything that's going on post-COVID, post-social media era. People are being more isolated, or maybe that's what I'm telling myself because I'm trying to normalize the fact that I'm always alone. But honestly, I feel like I've been alone my whole life, and not even alone like I'm lonely. Like, I've been a loner, or I've been someone who like beats to the path of their own drum. This video is going horribly. Okay, I'm restarting. Hi, my name is Isis. I'm 23 years old, and this video is gonna be about why I'm a loner and why I don't give a fuck and why I like being alone and all the things I learned from it. And I've honestly watched way too many of these myself, but of other people, and I've always wanted to make mine because I feel like I have something to contribute to this conversation. I just wanted to say, first I talk to God, then I listen to trap music. Growing up, I grew up as an only child in a single mother household. I grew up very sheltered, so I really didn't have a lot of freedom growing up. So I spent a lot of time alone in my room by myself. Like, I was very just creative and imaginative, and because I had no siblings, my mom wouldn't let me spend the night at people's houses. Like, I had friends at school that I'd want to hang out with when I was in elementary school. My mom would never let me hang out with them unless she talked to the parents and that she thought it was okay, but a lot of times I wouldn't even get to that point. My mom was very protective of me, and looking back, I'm very grateful for that. But I did notice, I feel like just the way I was raised has led me to the life of being by myself, or learning how to like be okay with being alone. So the fact that I didn't have any siblings growing up until I was about 10. I have two younger half siblings that live in a whole another state from me. So even though I have siblings, like, I still grew up as an only child with my single mother. So yeah, I just really got used to like being by myself. I was chronically online. I was always on the internet, and I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm just gonna get to the point. When middle school hit, I was a very creative child. That's when I started drawing. I would always be in my room alone, and I would just listen to music and draw. Like, I would be on this website. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, but it's called DeviantArt. It's still around now, except I just don't go on it anymore. My cousin used to make these like you know about fan art, like those fan characters. Well, she was really into Sonic and anime at the time, and because she was my older cousin, like she was like 2 or 3 years older than me, and I just like happened to look up to her because I thought she was the coolest for being able to draw, even though she was kind of mean to me. Love her now, we're good now, but she was kind of really mean to me growing up. She lived with like her 4 other sisters, and I would always go over their house like almost damn near every weekend because I loved being over there. I loved playing with them. And as an only child, my mom really only let me hang out with like my cousins, so I would take what I would get. I was not hanging out with anybody if my mom didn't feel comfortable with it, which protected me from a lot of things. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, she used to go on DeviantArt and she would draw Sonic fan characters, like fanfic characters of Sonic. So you know how like Sonic is, she would basically make up her own character, make up her own design, but follow like the art style of the Sonic design. And then she would also do some anime stuff too. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. My uncles also used to draw, so I kind of like got into it. I need to sit down. Like, I was on my knees because I wanted y'all to see my shirt, but it's so hard. I'm about to steal a chair. Hold on. I stole a lawn chair. Not really. I'm gonna put it back, I promise. But like, I'm literally, guys, like, actually I'm not even gonna tell you. I'll tell y'all later. Or I'll just tell you now. I'm literally like on a beach waterfront in like this really rich, very ritzy area. I do not live here, and this parking is like meant for owners. I know, I'm so bad. And it literally said no trespassing where I literally got this chair from. It said no trespassing by the gate, but it was unlocked, so I opened it and I just took the chair. I don't know, manifestation. Ooh. I don't think anyone's gonna bother me. I don't think anyone cares, honestly, but I'll be gone soon. But yeah, going back, I feel so much more comfortable now that I just stole that chair. Yeah, I grew up an only child, learned how to entertain myself. Also just grew up on YouTube. Like, I used to go, I don't know if anybody else knows about this lore, but there used to be a whole bunch of like, you remember when Littlest Pet Shop was big? People would just take their collections and like the kids who were like super rich and like their parents were loaded and would buy them all these Littlest Pet Shop houses. They would buy them the houses and they would have all the different kinds of Littlest Pet Shop. I had some, but I didn't have all the houses. I had a few of them though. I had like maybe 1 or 2 Littlest Pet Shop houses. Like, one was like a salon. I think I only had that one actually. And then like all the Littlest Pet Shop that I had, some were from like my cousins. Some of them were hand-me-downs. Honestly, I think all of them were hand-me-downs. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, I used to like direct videos like that, like watch YouTube videos of people directing them. Like, they would literally be holding them, set up the camera, have a story plot. It was like this whole elaborate thing. It was like a whole show on YouTube based on the Littlest Pet Shop. So I used to try to do that at home. Like, that's like the type of weird shit I would do by myself. I would draw and listen to music, and like anytime I was sad, I would just draw something sad. Or if I was happy, I would draw something happy and listen to happy music at the same time and draw. Like, that was like my idea of fun. Like, my mom didn't even let me like leave and go play outside, really. But yeah, back to my cousin. She would draw Sonic characters, fanfic art characters, and honestly, looking back, they were kind of like furries. Like, my cousin was literally drawing furries, and I was so inspired that I joined DeviantArt and started drawing furries with her. Oh my god, what is this video? What is this fucking video? So that's how I got into drawing. So I would start drawing anime too. That's actually also how I got into anime. I never really watched as many animes as like an anime head, but I drew a lot of anime. Like, before I would even watch the show, I would just be more interested in the art style, and I would just draw that. So by the time I got to middle school, I was a fucking weeb. And I think at that time, that was before weebs were cool, okay? That was before, another thing too, Hatsune Miku. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of her, but I was into shit like that. I was like into like Japanese Vocaloids, that's what they were called, where like, it was like these AI Japanese singers. I don't even know how it worked, but if you know, you know. If you know who Hatsune Miku is, like, you're a weeb like me. Sorry, there's someone coming. Sorry, there's like people. I'm talking really loud, but I don't think anyone cares. I really need to stop giving a fuck. That's another thing. I don't give a fuck anymore. That's why I took this lawn chair. But yeah, so by the time I was in middle school, I was kind of chubby. I wore glasses. I used to wear my hair in these little twists because my mom would do my hair in these little like ringlet natural twists or whatever. And I don't know, I guess I looked kind of nerdy. Maybe because I was an only child and I was very much myself. I was very in tune with myself. My whole point is I was always in tune with what I liked. I was very an individualistic kid because I didn't really have any other influences. And yeah, I would literally like be in 6th grade in reading class drawing anime girls, like literally anime girls, like with boobs and everything. I would just draw anime girls in class. No wonder why the bitches thought I was weird, even though I wasn't weird. That's cool as fuck. And that's why I'm cool now today. Anyway, but I don't know, like I would just get bullied. I would be singled out. Like in gym class when we'd play like dodgeball, I would be the last one to be called on. For some reason, no one wanted to be my friend. I don't know what it was. But eventually I did make a friend. I think I had like a few best friends, but I never kept in touch with any of them. Like, I think I remember in 5th grade I had this one best friend, but then she ended up moving away, or like, I don't know what happened, but I never really kept in touch with anybody since my mom didn't really let me have sleepovers or anything, so it wasn't really like a way for me to keep in touch with friends, because my mom never really like encouraged that, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I ended up learning how to be alone. But anyway, I eventually would have a few friends here and there, but I wouldn't have many. And I was also in the band. By the time I hit 7th grade, I was playing the flute. I was really good. I loved being in band. It was cool. It was fun. But again, I don't know, like, I didn't really have a lot of friends. But all the little boys who would bully me for being hairy, like, also another thing, I'm very hairy. I don't care now. I have luscious hair, obviously, but that was one of the things. I didn't shave my legs until like 7th grade or something, because I was very much sheltered. I was very much a true kid. I did not grow up really that fast. So like, I don't know, like, I don't know, people just, like, kids were mean, really, that's all it was. Kids were mean, but I just noticed I was always singled out for some reason, and I don't take that in any kind of way, and I'm not like, oh, it's like, fuck everybody in the world. Like, I used to feel that way at one point, but I really don't now, because I just realized, like, whoever is for me, and like, it is what it is. If I'm so like individualistic that I'm gonna just spend a lot of time with myself, I might as well just have fun. Like, I go out all the time alone, anywhere, to the mall, to the park. Right here now, I'm literally talking to my phone in front of random ass people in like a random neighborhood that, like, I don't know, like, I just don't be caring anymore, because there really is no reason to care. Like, I don't know, once I started really liking myself, like, once I fell in love with who I was, and I stopped asking myself, oh, what's wrong with me for not having friends, what's wrong for me, like, what, like, I do have friends now. I have like one good friend that I've been friends with since like 9th grade. Played volleyball all throughout high school together. We had our fallouts or whatever, but she was like literally the one true friend that I felt like genuinely actually cared about me. Like, I know her whole family. I just had a lot of traumatic things happen to me, I feel like, or it wasn't that big of a deal, like first world problems. But in 8th grade, I had a group of friends, right? From 7th grade to 8th grade, I was chosen out of all the kids in my school to be in this special program in my middle school where they were teaching us high school classes, like that. We were basically the guinea pigs of the middle school, introducing high school courses to their curriculum. So they're like, Isis, we think you're very smart, we think you'd be able to handle this, we want to put you in 9th grade biology, and like, I think I took algebra or something, I don't know, I took like a few advanced classes or whatever. So yeah, basically I was in this class, and it was only like just that one class of kids. We would take all the same classes together. Basically in middle school, the way my middle school was set up, every year you'd be in the same class with the same kids going to different classes, but they were all sectioned off in like quadrants. Like, there was 4 groups, like it was from like smartest to dumbest. They didn't say that, but like depending on which hallway you were put in, there was like 4 hallways, and each hallway was like a level of like smartness you were basically on. So if you were on for example, my class, which is the one that was getting tested to do high school classes and to see how the school was doing, you were basically super smart. But because it was new, instead of being in like one class in a whole hallway, we were one class, and we were not a part of any other hallways. Like, we were just that one singular class, and now a 5th group out of the original 4 groups that they typically had at the school for each grade. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, I ended up befriending one of these really quiet girl. Like, we were in the prior year in 7th grade, we were in the same class together, except we didn't really speak like that. But now that we were both in this new class, I don't know what happened, but we ended up just becoming friends, right? Why does it keep doing that? Cool. So I befriend her, right? And I ended up befriending a few other people in the class, and somehow I just remember that I was the type of friend at that point to be the person to bring people together. Like, I'd want to have everybody together, and I was like, oh, you're my friend? Oh, she's my friend? How about we all be friends? Like, I was that kind of friend. Like, I wanted to be friends with everybody, even though I seemed to never be able to hold a friend. Like, growing up, like, none of the friends that I had in middle school, like in high school, not high school, in elementary school, none of those friends I ever kept in touch with because my mom was very strict and didn't let me really hang out or see friends outside of school because, I don't know, I was just in the house. I had a really bad experience with those group of friends, honestly, looking back. Mind you, this was my 8th grade year. Everything was great at first. When I first started hanging out with her, she was really quiet. She would never really talk in class at all. Like, she was very shy, very meek looking, like kind of like that was the reason why I kind of wanted to be her friend too. I noticed I always wanted to make friends with the quiet people in class because I was also quiet, or like I also didn't have a lot of friends, so I'd always want to make friends with the misfit or like the odd one out, kind of like me. Because once I started hanging out with her though, I realized like she had a whole another side to her. When I started getting to know her, like, this was during Kik days, like back when Kik was a thing, when you'd have that messaging app, and it was like back when I had like an iPhone 4S that my mom gave me after she got the new iPhone, and she'd be on Kik and she'd be like messaging all these high school boys and stuff, and she taught me how to talk to boys, and like I wasn't really into it. I would kind of just more like watch her, like, and how she would like maneuver, but she would be talking to, we were in middle school and she's talking to like guys in high school, like in 9th grade, 10th grade, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was terrified of boys at that point, like, because I was the only child and I was freaking sheltered. Oh yeah, no, I knew nothing about boys. Like, I wouldn't even talk to boys then, and I was in 8th grade. Like, I never had a boyfriend. I think I had like one boyfriend, and it was like one of those fake relationships where like we would see each other, hold hands like awkwardly, never kiss each. I don't know, it was like very awkward. Like, I don't even know why we dated. But yeah, once I got to know her, yeah, she was very boy crazy. And I remember one time we went to this fair that would happen every year, and we went to the fair together, and I remember her telling me that she was like meeting up with somebody there, and I had no clue, and she used to just try to get me to sneak around and do stuff with like boys with her, but I was never really, like, I was just not about it. Like, I was too scary for all that, like, but that was not why our friendship was horrible. I am going in so many tangents. It was really just because, like, I don't know what happened, but by the end of the school year, her and then like the group of friends that I kind of like curated all together and I brought us all together, all of a sudden they all stopped talking to me and they like just turned their back on me. Like, and we were all in the same fucking class. Like, we would go to the same classes every single day, and they would literally just ignore me and like look at me, laugh at me, like talk. I don't even know what happened. One day they just like stopped fucking talking to me, and the rest of the 8th grade year I spent by myself. Now, and mind you, it was like a class of like 20 of us maybe, I don't even know, but for some reason I think there was like a few other people I was cool with, but everyone could clearly see that we were friends, and then all of a sudden we're no longer friends. And you know what's so weird? One of the girls out of the friend group who I ended up like seeing in college years later, like, we didn't see each other all throughout high school and everything, and it was so awkward because the last time I saw her, she was literally like bullying me and laughing at me and shit. And now years later, here we are in college. Like, she had a mutual friend of mine, and I ended up going to her dorm somehow, and like, I don't know, it was this whole awkward thing. But yeah, I just always had those kinds of experiences with friends where they would kind of just stab me in the back, and I just had developed a lot of trust issues from that, and like just jealousy things too that I didn't realize was jealousy at the time. And even saying that now, it sounds crazy, like, oh, I don't want to think anyone's jealous of me, but I literally would like try to be more nice or try to come off like more, like, that's what developed the people pleaser in me, because people didn't like me for some reason and I thought there was something wrong with me. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with me. The older I get, the more I realize, like, oh no, I was just a threat to these people. Let me tell you guys something. If you're beautiful, young, smart, talented in any kind of way, you're gonna have people who don't fucking like you for no fucking reason, and don't think, oh no, it can't be that, it couldn't possibly, little old me. Yes, stop being fucking humble. You're a bad bitch, and people are mad about that. And I had to realize that, like, I'm a bad bitch, and like, people are gonna be mad for no reason. I'm just gonna upset and evoke a spirit in them of some sort. I don't know why. Actually, yes I do. Look at me. That's not the point of the video, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like, basically, I had a really shit experience with relationships to what now that's the reason why I really only have like one friend, especially after moving back home from college. I had a few more friends, but I never really had a best friend other than that one friend that I mentioned. And we, like I said, we had our things, but I'm not even gonna go into that. But my mother, like, I had issues with her growing up too, and I just have some like things I need to work through now that I'm getting older, things I have to unlearn and relearn. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm fine with being a loner. You just have to get used to like doing things on your own, putting yourself out there and meeting people. I do workout classes. There's like little people. I actually made friends with my trainer. Like, it's like you don't know what's gonna happen in life if you don't try different things. So if you feel like you have no friends, like you might as well just like try things, like go to classes, go to art classes, go to random bars and just walk around the city, like find somewhere to go to an art gallery, go somewhere that you like to go. I'm just naming random places. Like I started taking these spin classes because I always wanted to take spin classes. Now that I'm in corporate and I have like a full-time job and I'm out of college, one thing I always said to myself was like, oh, when I have money, I want to be able to like go take those classes that I see those girls taking, and like taking like the, like, I don't know, I just try to romanticize my life. So yeah, I started doing Orange Theory classes and spin classes at this place called Cycle Bar. And I literally, out of all the people I was trying to make friends, like I wanted to befriend somebody. I was like, oh yeah, I have to meet somebody I'm gonna have something in common with. And I ended up befriending the instructor of the spin class. Like I'm friends with the instructor. We're gonna go biking either this weekend or next weekend, like, and that was just like, I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't know I was gonna befriend the freaking instructor. Like you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I would say just like get used to like going places yourself if you do feel weird about being alone, or don't worry about the fact that you don't have friends at the moment, because friends come and go. I've had friends, I've lost friends, I've had friends and lost friends, but the friends I've always lost, they've always been fake anyway. I don't even know if this is supposed to be an advice column or about me telling you about my life or what. I think I'm just talking at this point. I just really want to make this like where I share my thoughts and maybe like hopefully something resonates with people. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching. I don't know if you think I'm cool. I think you're cool too, even though I don't know you. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say at the end of this. Like, I think I'm just gonna end it. I want to make another one. Oh yeah, in the next video, if you see me wearing the same thing, don't fucking judge me. I just have a lot on my mind, and I kind of wanted to like batch record stuff because I work a full 9 to 5. Yeah, I don't know if this is like podcast vibes. I don't know what this is, but if someone watches this, that's cool. That's cool. How do you do a thumbnail? Maybe I should try to do a thumbnail. I'm trying to be cute. I am cute. Okay, I'm gonna go now.